Hey guys, All Sports 83, sporting another video at you, and today we're bringing you week 14 of the Camber Cup series, where we were at the Watkins Glen International Speedway. So I got the fourth starting position, third. I think I qualified third for this race. They're reversed here on these restarts or these road courses, and so we get underway here, and this corner would be kind of calamity corner for the race in a lot of ways. But anyway, just trying to get through here, get into the tie racing a little bit. It gets me off my line, and then I get into the grass. You don't want to do that here. So once I do that, it causes a huge chain reaction. You see Ernest 3 going up in the air there. So I felt like a total bozo, causing a wreck right from the outset. So we lined it up, see if we can't get it started again here, and see if we can't do a little better this time around. So after causing a wreck at the beginning of the race, I made sure to check up quite a bit for tie racing 14 that time around, so I didn't want to cause another wreck in the turn. And so then we run into the bus stop here, and I'm just going to go ahead and tell you now, this is my worst section of the track. Had a little trouble in front of me. I was able to kind of hold up and not get into guys too badly there, but I'm just not super fast through that portion of the track, and basically that's where I would lose a lot of my time. So moving ahead a little bit here in the race, had a nice little moment there, took advantage of some other guys making mistakes, and kind of moved myself up to the sixth position, and just trying to work my way up even further along the pecking order there. A little bit later, chased down J Harris 3407 for fifth place. I was able to get underneath him here, get a good run off of the last corner, and so now I'm going to try to outbrake him into turn one. This is a very difficult place, especially when I'm a little lower. I don't want to come up into him, so I entered it kind of in a lower part of the track. It's very difficult to do that, so I was able to go through that pretty successfully, and then a caution came out a little later, and so now we're looking at 2 laps to go, so we're going to finish stage 1 with a green-white checkered. Get through turn 1 pretty good there, gets me up into the second position, and so now really just got to chase 456. He's very fast here, so really I was just worried about hitting my marks and just do the best I can and see if I can't make anything happen in this last little stint here. So I get a really good run off of the final corner there, coming to the white flag, and so I'm trying to make sure I don't overdrive the corner, and that's exactly what Chase 456 does. He overdrives the corner. I go right underneath him, and it puts me in the lead. Now, I'm not safe yet because, as you can see there, the 2-car of Guns N' Roses was kind of on my heels there, so I really still have to make sure that I'm hitting all of my marks and don't make any mistakes. I guess he had a little bit of a trouble too, so I kind of created a little bit of a gap on him there. But going through the rest of the lap, I was able to kind of hit all my marks, stay on the track, and I was able to pull off the stage 1 victory, which is very nice. Get those 5 bonus points for the championship, so that was very, very nice. As we move on to stage number 2, we'll let you take a look at some of the action there. So I'm able to move up here and get around Earn at 3 for the lead in the stage number 2. And unlike stage 1, I really spent a good portion of the stage at or near the front. It seemed like I was always battling in that first stage. Here you see a caution come out. I'm still the leader. And so basically it's a very different feel for me. You know, really when you get out front, especially if you got just a little bit of a gap on the guys behind you, at least a second or 8/10 or whatever, you know, really it's just about hitting your marks. You're not trying to overdrive the car too much. You just don't want to get off track. If you do that, then your run is ruined, and you're kind of, you know, you'll destroy your chances at getting a stage win. So basically, it's about hitting marks. Here's a good example of just how bad I was at the bus stop. As you see, MC Hash Brown and really the rest of the field there, they just kind of caught me through the bus stop there. But so that was kind of my weak point. I just had to manage it as best I could, and you know, really just make sure that I pick that back up throughout the rest of the portion of the track, which I felt like I did pretty well for the most part. I was pretty solid everywhere else. It was just that one section that really just was my Achilles heel. Except for this moment here, I just clipped the grass just a little bit, just a little mishap, concentration, and man, you get in the grass here, it just sucks you in. It's like glue or something. It's worse. It shouldn't be that bad, but definitely got into it. Lost the lead to the 19 car, and so now it's about trying to chase him back down. We were running some pretty equal laps, so I felt like if I just stayed on my marks, kept doing my thing, I could stay with him and try maybe even run him down and get back around him again, or maybe, you know, hope that he could make a mistake, get myself back out front. So we're really racing for it here. I had a really good run. I didn't want to waste it, but he did a really good job of kind of blocking me, but not too aggressive. So we were racing each other pretty good there. It was a lot of fun. Then I get a little loose, just got down on the rumble strips a little too much there, and lost a pretty good gap to him. And then also brings me back into the third place car, which was Ty Racing 14. So he's kind of running me down now, and so now I've got to. Instead of attack mode, now I'm in a little bit of a defense mode because he's catching me now. So now I'm going through that bus stop again, and I'm not really good there. Really miss it this time, and that allows the 14 car to get back around me. And so then it's about back in attack mode. So I'm losing this position, and now it's about trying to get back around him again. So we'll let you take a look and see if you can take a look, see what happens. So I pretty much stay behind Ty Racing 14, keep running him down and chasing him down. We're coming to the last corner here. I do get a pretty good run on him, but it just wasn't quite enough. He was pretty fast, and so I was going to have to settle for a third place finish in stage number 2. So still get a few bonus points for the championship, so that's not too bad. But I certainly feel like I probably gave up a stage win there just by getting in the grass and just not hitting my marks. It gets started in stage number 3, and I just get destroyed by the 21 car, and it kind of causes a whole chain reaction, and it creates a pretty big wreck. And so then we move on to another restart where I start from the second position. And so, like I said, that turn 1 was kind of an issue throughout different portions of the race. It was certainly calamity corner. But as we get to this restart, I get back to the lead. So it's a nice place to be. Again, it's about hitting your marks and doing the best you can. So we'll keep watching here. So we're skipping forward a little bit here, get about 10 laps to go in the race, and I'm catching Jay Harris 3407. Caution's coming out here, so I kind of don't go through this corner as strong. I want to make sure he stays on the lead lap, try to do a little favor for him. Never know when the guy might need to cut you a break, so you definitely want to cut them a break when you can. So I don't know that I would have got to him, but I made sure that I didn't get close to him. So basically, when the caution comes out, I come down. Going to get those 4 fresh tires. Probably wouldn't have done this strategy had it stayed green, but you know, if you're going to bunch everybody back up, it's better to have cleaner tires and try to just optimize the most, you know, out of a pit stop under caution. It does throw me back in the pack a little bit though, and so I'm restarting in the 6th position, and then that's when things really get interesting, as we have guys kind of going a little bit everywhere. I get a little loose on the rumble strip there, just a chain reaction in front of me. It caused me to get a little bit off of my marks and caused a huge wreck. And so basically we got to line it up and try it again. This time I'm sitting in last place. We had another guy who left the race earlier. So now I'm not in such a good position. I've basically spent most of the race in a really good spot. I get loose on those rumble strips again. I was able to catch it this time. And so now we're going up through the S's, and it's not looking good because it's hard to pass a lot of guys, and then a big wreck takes place in front of me. So now, you know, we race it back to the line, so I'm trying to get ahead as many guys as I can, just try to put myself back into a better position to try to get this finish. So I restart in the 7th position, 6th position, and again, we're getting down into turn 1. It doesn't look very good. Cars are going everywhere, and so you're just trying not to get in guys' way, and then another wreck takes place in front of me. It just ruins me. This is obviously the last restart. We're inside of 3 laps to go. And so basically the race is ruined. So pretty disappointed. Pretty much spent most of the race up front. Had one of the faster cars. Had a little struggle in one spot in the track, but otherwise we were really fast. And just there's nothing more aggravating than getting dumped or wrecking late, especially when it's not your fault. So we've got a couple guys here getting into the grass early, so I do make up 1 position there. But honestly, this was probably a top 2 or 3 car. I felt like I was fast enough to get a top 2, maybe even a win, but it wasn't to be. Basically got the short end of the stick on a wreck that took place in front of me, and there's just no coming back from that. I think we got 1 more position. I think another guy had wrecked or something, and I was trying to earn it 3 here to maybe salvage an 8th place finish, but probably needed another lap. I spent that whole lap catching him, but wasn't to be. Got the 9th place finish. Wasn't that good of a day, and just really disappointed with that finish. We'll take a look at the points now. So there's a look at the points, but really the big news that I'm going to throw at you at last minute here is during the editing process of this video, some other circumstances came up in my personal life that will not allow me to continue racing in this league. So this will be the last video of this series. I'm very sorry. I know that that's kind of a surprising kind of turn at the end of this video. I would have loved to continue to see what would have happened in the points, especially giving up the points lead. And but I hope you guys, if you want to see some more racing, you can jump over to my other playlist, the Go Fast E Racing series. I'm going to continue doing some more racing in that fashion. But unfortunately, we're all going to be left wondering what might have been had I been able to stick around. But that's it for this video and this series. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see some more racing, jump over to the other series. And you guys have a good one.